I'm Max Potter alongside Andrew Onodera doing a recap of last Friday's homecoming football game where our Cherry Creek Bruins beat the Fossil Ridge SaberCats 42-7. Andrew, Bruins look good on both offense and defense. What did you see up there in the booth?
Well, I saw definitely an offense that, despite losing both their starting and backup quarterback, is actually thriving. You know, they had they went 12 for 19 in the passing game for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the rushing side of the ball, that was almost the more impressive part. They had 271 yards on 40 carries for 3 touchdowns.
And on the defensive side of the ball, Bruins looked really good as well. They got to the quarterback often, forced a lot of turnovers. I believe Curtis Appleton had 2, including that pick 6.
The first pick 6 of the season, and the defense is looking great as well. Really the way they needed to start conference play.
And as you say, going into that conference play, Cherry Creek will take on Denver East this week. And Andrew, me looking at the schedule, I'm not excited for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Lower quality teams. Let's see how the Bruins are going to face. What do you think?
Well, what's disappointing is Fossil Ridge really should have been the Bruins' toughest conference opponent. They will end up being the toughest conference opponent that the Bruins face, and they won by 35 points, and it wasn't even a game. You know, looking ahead, they have Denver East next week, then Horizon and Prairie View, along with the Far Northeast Warriors, who the Far Northeast Warriors have only won 4 games in the past 3 years. So.
Yes, and that's surprising too, as Montbello, formerly known as Montbello, used to be one of those powerhouse schools.
That's right.
They've really fallen off, and it's getting late in the season. Once it gets late in the season, I apologize. Once it gets late in the season, Bruins aren't going to have many opponents. They're going to have a quick turnaround. 1 week of maybe an easy game in the playoffs, but you can never be certain. And then it gets really ramped up.
Yeah, the Bruins obviously going to make the playoffs now with this automatic qualifier coming out of their conference. But it'll be interesting to see when we get to the first round how they do, because they'll have a good 4 or 5 weeks of really not playing any great opponents, and then they could end up starting with a team like a Rock Canyon or even a Valor or a Regis.
Yes, and that'll do it for this week. Cherry Creek will face Denver East at All City Stadium at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Fans, have a good rest of your week, and we will see you later.